On this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about Axelar, which is WAXL, WAXL, that is the symbol. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of the patterns that has been developing in Axelar and what they could potentially mean for the price coming in the near future. Now, some of these patterns, if you guys been following my channel, you guys know that I've been talking about these patterns over and over again, and they have been pretty successful in predicting what happens next. Of course, these patterns are all about probabilities, and I can use these probabilities to get an edge on the markets, but nothing in this market is 100%. If you find someone that tells you anything in this market is 100%, I will probably run for the hills. So I'm just trying to get you guys an edge on this market, and if you guys follow my channel, you guys would see why. Now, I just want to tell you guys that on this weekly time frame about Axelar, I brought up this falling wedge pattern here, which is a bullish pattern. You guys can verify that with Google if you guys are old school like me, or if you guys want to verify that with your favorite AI chatbot. Grok is a good one. ChatGPT is a good one. Just verify these patterns, right? How to chart these patterns, how to get measure moves, so you guys can actually start charting these yourself. And they're going to be very simple and effective patterns because it tells you basically which way is more likely that the market is going to be moving, right? After being in a pattern like this. Now, weekly time frame, falling wedge pattern. This pattern has been building up since April of last year. Crazy, right? And Axelar has been in this huge falling wedge pattern for quite a while. Now, price target for this pattern here would be about 1.75 cents if it breaks out by this point, for example. Now, falling wedges are bullish patterns that usually break to the upside, okay? However, also have to consider the downside risk because they still have a smaller chance of breaking to the downside, and I've seen that happen, of course, after being in this market for over 5+ years. Now, if now this price target is an estimate only. I've seen altcoins that crush their price target, and I've seen some that fall way short of their price targets. So also something to be mindful of. It just depends on what kind of market we're in. Are we in a bullish market, sideways market, bearish market? And of course, it depends a lot on Bitcoin. I am long on Bitcoin. I am long on quite a bit of the altcoins here. So my opinion on this market is still cautiously optimistic. And if you guys want to know why that is, it's because I said it in my longer video about Bitcoin today. I will link you guys at the end of this video. Very important to be watching that. I never trade altcoins without a clear understanding of Bitcoin because that could wreck you, as we have seen in the past couple of weeks for Bitcoin going down and dragged quite a bit of altcoins down with it. Now, let's take a look into a smaller time frame here for Axelar. Now, I just want to say that I did bring up a pattern that got invalidated last time, which was just look at my last video on Axelar. Okay, I did bring up a shorter term pattern that got invalidated because it broke to the downside, contrary to its probabilities. So since then, it has formed a this is the daily time frame. Since then, it has formed a falling wedge pattern again on this daily time frame. Now, if this falling wedge pattern breaks to the upside, the price target, if it breaks out by this point, would be about just right above 40 cents here, price target. Quite a bit of resistance along the way, which includes your daily moving averages, something to be paying attention to because pullbacks could happen at those resistances. Now, this is basically what I'm seeing for Axelar. Very short and sweet update. Let's see how this plays out. Of course, like I said, a lot of it is going to depend on Bitcoin. Now, that's basically it for this video. Let me know if you guys want to continue seeing any more of Axelar or any other coins in this market by dropping a like, comment, subscribe. I'll pick a request to do for you guys on a daily basis. I'll see you on the next one.